Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today I want to talk about Dungeons and Dragons and one of the most powerful aspects of Dungeons and Dragons. And it's a selfishness ward. All right. So that fateful day, February 7th in 1974, Gary Gygax gifted the world with Dungeons and Dragons, and it's a powerful day in American history. It's a powerful day in world history, American history first. That we matter more than other countries in the world, and Dungeons and Dragons is one of the reasons why, right? And so there is this powerful ward against selfishness that comes for free with Dungeons and Dragons. So let's talk about identity stacking. So first of all, we need to understand that a dragon master, okay, someone who plays Dungeons and Dragons, has this incredibly unique gift that's been given to them from Dungeons and Dragons. So Dungeons and Dragons is best understood now through its primary momentum carrier, Magic the Gathering. So it's correct to think about each Dragon Master as transitioning from a sorrowful human, a sorrowful, darn near useless human who is locked in one identity. And many people just live in one identity their entire lives. And it makes them incredibly selfish. They don't have a ward against selfishness. But a Dragon Master gets a deck, right? And let's start, so what's the deck? Oh, my name is Sarah Smith. One card on the top. Let's chuck that over to the discard pile, right? Let's chuck that to the graveyard. Oh, but I'm Kindwin, the orc cleric. Oh, and I'm Beryl, the turtle wizard. Oh, and I'm Sharf, the tiefling warlock. Oh, and the deck just keeps going, right? And this person, right, Sarah, is fundamentally less selfish, right? Because she has these identities. Her identity is not just one card, right? It's an entire deck of identities, right? She's made up of the infinite, right? And not only is she made up of the 12 cards that are in the deck now, but there's no limit to how many cards you can put in a Magic the Gathering deck, right? And, and Dungeons and Dragons allows this, right? And the reason why we're talking about this today is I was at church, right? And when church ends, there's a ton of people who want to talk to me. I'm very blessed in that way, right? So I needed to talk to somebody, and I tried to, but I couldn't, right? And I couldn't because I'm blessed, right? I couldn't talk to this person because I literally could not. I tried. I was like, I told the people in my pew, as soon as this ends, get out of my way because I need to go, right? I need to scramble across the chapel and talk to this person before they leave, right? And I didn't make it. I was intercepted by 3 people, and I never got to talk to this person. So then I did all my stuff, and then I'd leave 20 minutes later after, I'm talking to a bunch of people that it was nice to talk to them, but they weren't the person I needed to talk to, right? But then I got called back to the church to shut something off that only I know how to shut off. And I go back to the church, and there's one more person there. And I had dodged this person on my way out. And I did not talk to them. And the reason why is, have you ever met this person where you don't want to ask them anything? You don't want to say hi. You don't want to talk to them. And the reason why is the moment you talk to them, all that's happened is you've permissioned them to complain. Right? And they're like, hey, you made the unfortunate mistake to talk to me. What a fool you are. Now let me dump every problem I've ever had on you, and I'm going to talk for 15 minutes straight, completely oblivious to the face to the face you're making, or the fact that you're not showing any clues that you have any desire to hear any of this, because you made the mistake to talk to me, right? And this person, they just have one identity. They're selfish, right? And I came past this person on the second time out, and I felt guilty. I was like, I'm supposed to give this person the love of Jesus. Man, I don't want to talk to this person, but you know what? They're here. They're my brother or my sister in Christ, and I need to sacrifice 15 minutes of my life to nothing, right? And I did. I was like, hey, how are you? And they're like, oh my goodness, you brushed against me. Let me dump every problem I have on you, with complete cultural oblivious to the fact that you don't want to hear any of this. Nobody wants to hear it, right? But I don't understand conversations, or the fact that maybe the other person on the other conversation side of the conversation should have any ability to enjoy the words I say. Or if like, and this is the point, right? Like, we are warded from selfishness by Dungeons and Dragons, because we literally build a pattern of thinking less about ourselves, because there's 30 of us, right? And each one of them is a spark of our humanity and a spark of our identity, right? And I will tell you, I struggle dealing with people who have no concept of selfishness, the level of selfishness that they have all the time, right? And it's pretty shocking. So every single word you just, it is my humble opinion that Dungeons and Dragons wards us from selfishness, and that we don't talk about it enough. Every word of that is my humble opinion. The important part is when I get to hear your humble opinion. When you get in the comments and send your traffic, please consider like subscribing, and have a fetch millennium.